Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Thanks for being here as we start our first full week of December. Kind of softens the blow a little bit to say it's actually the 7th already. Nevertheless, we've got a great deal of ground to cover. Yeah, December the 7th. Indicated everywhere but in your weather forecast. I got temperatures in the upper 60s, not so far away. We've got some clouds and some showers and some sun, mind you. But we've got temperatures that are going to be above average. No complaints here. And for a change, they fall on the weekend, as does some sunny skies as well. Talk about a nice Saturday that really doesn't feel like the last of December, getting close to the official start of winter as well. So we'll talk about that gladly for the most part when we get to your weather forecast. On tonight's program, a tree lighting ceremony, not the one you may be thinking of. That's coming, as well as parade coverage. Got some of it put together, still editing. I'm not even sure what day this week it's going to air. Possibly tomorrow, more than likely not. We'll just have to wait and see. Sorry, that's as good as I can do at this hour. I tell you what, it was a big weekend for high school football championships, of course, for a lot of Eastern Kentucky teams. Belfry, Johnson Central, a couple will touch and take you to some highlights. More big news for Johnson County and Chris Stapleton. I've got a whole lot of other news. And also one of our top stories this evening will be court documents that I've just received a copy of from the U.S. Federal Court, District Court, for the Eastern District of Kentucky from Pikeville, as former Dauphin Countyans who are charged with vote buying did make court appearances earlier today. Several dates were set. They all entered pleas, and some other information that I'll have for you in just a few moments on that front. Still putting that story together, which gives me time to go ahead and talk about a tree lighting ceremony. As I said, the parade coverage for the Sagersville Hometown Christmas celebration will be coming up later on. Day 2, of course, lit the tree to kick everything off officially. And what a beautiful night it was for such a beautiful parade. The biggest, I guess, as we were promised to date for the annual event. But it was another tree lighting ceremony that we got an invite to over the course of the weekend. I couldn't be there. However, we did have a camera there. And the following report about the very first tree lighting ceremony for the city of Royalton. Without a doubt, Royalton has seen a lot of firsts in the past 12 months, and residents there have a lot to be thankful for. Of course, their designation as an official Kentucky trail town, their festival, the first annual, such a success. They already have a 2-day event set for this coming year. Of course, the rides and events that they have had on the trail and more to come. All the work that's been done to the downtown area, the bottom that will go to serve a great many visitors as they come to see what is going to be, of course, one of the longest trails in Kentucky, or the longest rail trail in the state of Kentucky upon its completion. And last night's tree lighting ceremony.
Let's not forget.
The first, but it's going to get bigger.
Yeah. Let's not forget. This is Royalton. We're all together, the whole county, and we want our whole county to be involved in this. So let's have a good Christmas this year and have a good time.
This is the first time that they've been a Christmas tree lighting in Royalton. So we're real proud of that, and this is just the first time we're sure of many more to come. Most recently, we've had a caboose donated from R.J. Corman Company and to sponsor Jane Bashir and the Jane Bashir Trailhead. So we will be using that some next Christmas too for some of our events. And we're in the process, just this week, we started to renovate the old Dawkins Mill safe. We've got the posts up this week, and we'll start putting a roof on the cover overhead, and then we'll be finishing the inside of that. We plan on using that for really old, nice photographs of Royalton inside. We'll be opening that up for special events. And Merry Christmas to everyone from Royalton Trail Town and the Royalton Trail Town Committee.
And the title didn't pop up there in the bottom of your screen. Of course, those were remarks from Nelson Lovely, the mayor of Royalton, as he's been designated, and Vicki Doucette, also of the Royalton Trail Town Committee. I'm still working on our other top story, that being court appearances day for former Dauphin Countyans charged with vote buying in federal court in Pikeville. We'll get to that in just a second. But we want to talk about, of course, a big announcement today after setting not just the country music world, but the music world in general, as broad as that is, on its ear after, of course, the CMAs. Chris Stapleton now has several Grammy nominations to speak of this evening, and in fact, he has been nominated for 4 awards, 4 Grammys, including Album of the Year. And while he may have not been a household name when the CMAs aired on ABC, that's not the case anymore whatsoever. And this time, he's going to the Grammys, and that's the premier awards in the music world. And he'll be alongside Taylor Swift and The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar, for Album of the Year. The awards aren't until February the 15th. The nominations have just been announced, and he's got 4 this time around. The Johnson Central High School graduate is going to be in the mix for Best Country Solo Performance, Best Country Song for the title track to his solo album, The Traveler, and the album is up for the Best Country Album. It also will work into the mix for a nomination for Producer of the Year for Mr. Dave Cobb, who produced that album. His Grammy nominations, of course, are just another chapter in a year that started off, relatively quiet and calm for the artist. But man, everything's exploded. The sales of his album were modest, to be perfectly honest. No longer after the CMAs. It's been a major change in just the entire landscape that now surrounds one of the greatest songwriters and now one of the greatest performers and singers in the industry. Can't wait for the Grammys. This could be another big night for a man who's deserving of all the accolades. Let's go ahead and talk about football, specifically high school football and state championship games that were held over the course of the weekend. A lot happening here in Eastern Kentucky. Belfry soundly defeating Lexington Catholic 43-0. Easily taking them to their 3rd 3A state championship title. Way to go for everyone in Johnson County, and basically for everyone in the viewing area who was wishing them so well. The Johnson Central Golden Eagles took on South Warren, 2 teams making their first appearance ever in the state championship round, and one of them did, of course, come out with the title. The other came out with a whole lot to be proud of. South Warren was up 22-0 at the break, in part because they completed 8 out of 10 third down conversions. But Bryce Skaggs rushed for 63 of Johnson Central's 130 yards of offense, and that does include this dash, 68 yards for a touchdown. That was the only one they scored, but it was a big moment, but not the only big moment that the Johnson Central Golden Eagles had. Check this out. South Warren was on the 1, 1st and 1. And you want to talk about a goal line stand, this was it. To the surprise of maybe many who were there, it was on the 1. Central held them back on 4 attempts to get into the end zone. However, it wasn't all celebratory in this particular series or shortly thereafter. After an amazing goal line stand that did save them a touchdown, another one was imminent. After that flub off the hike, it looked as though Central was going to make some ground. The next play, though, would prove to be costly for the Johnson Central Golden Eagles. Nevertheless, even though South Warren did regain possession of the ball in a rather quick fashion and unexpected, it was still a state championship performance for the Johnson Central Golden Eagles. It should make all of the fans proud, and I'm sure indeed has. 36-6 was the final score for a Johnson Central team which now knows what it's like to play on the biggest level, the biggest arena for high school football, and to be able to hold their heads high afterwards. Coach Matney summed it up after the game to reporters, saying they just didn't quit. They were just beaten up to the nth degree, playing on an empty tank of gas after a long season that had been very victorious for them, but injuries had caught up with them. They gave it their best shot, and indeed one that should make everyone watching it at home proud. And, of course, classes were not held in Johnston County earlier today in lieu of letting everyone get back safely and traveling back from Bowling Green. I suspect they'll be welcoming their boys home, and we'll have something else to talk about on that note very soon. I've got a few things on our community calendar I need to read through real quickly. First, from the Montgomery County School District, they're presenting family, math workshops. formal opportunities for parents of students in grades K through 8 to learn strategies on how the parents can help their children understand math. Oh, we could all use a refresher, if not more. I'm thinking participants will explore math topics through practice and conversation under the guidance of the facilitator. And these workshops are going to be a great opportunity for parents and community members to increase their knowledge of general math skills while enhancing their understanding of how mathematics is taught in the classroom as well. Today, they say it's important for students to have not only conceptual understanding but also fluency in order to complete modern-day math test questions. McGoffin County Schools are working hard to partner with parents to ensure that all of the district's children are ready for high school and on track for success in college or in their career. Parents can attend one of the following workshops at any of the scheduled locations, and it doesn't have to be that your child goes to that particular school if it's just convenient to you to find which one you can get to. South McGoffin is the first, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Sagersville Grade School will be Wednesday of this week at 1 in the afternoon. Thursday of this week, Harold Whitaker Middle School at 9 o'clock that morning, and then on the 11th, which is Friday, at North McGoffin at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'll remind you about the rest of them throughout the week. The one tomorrow, of course, South McGoffin is the first one, 9 o'clock, and this is for parents of kids in grades K through 8. I think it's a marvelous, marvelous idea. How many times I've sat at the kitchen table and forgotten nearly all that I had learned in school trying to help the kids. The ladies of the Burning Fork Community Church are making and selling their chocolate-covered strawberries. I don't have a picture as of yet. We'll try to dig one up. You know, you've seen them here in the program. One of their biggest fundraisers of the year. The strawberries are packaged, of course, to make a beautiful gift for anyone, and they've reduced the cost to $18 a box this year, at least 9 in a box. They have been very careful, selected some big, beautiful, tasty berries. You can get them with crushed pretzels, crushed peanuts, plain milk chocolate, white chocolate drizzle, milk chocolate drizzle, or plain white chocolate. You can place your orders to be delivered on December the 16th. Is when they'll be delivered. So next Wednesday, a week from this Wednesday. If you would like to order a box, call Irma Conley, 477-1779, or Pastor Doug Dunn. He's the new pastor at Burning Fork Community Church. He's been there for several months and doing a marvelous job. You can call him at 495-5491, 5491. I'll get the numbers on the screen for you tomorrow and remind you, but they are selling, once again, those ever so scrumptious chocolate-covered and other covered strawberries for the holiday seasons. This Friday, the Christmas Bazaar at the McGoffin County Extension Office, they're going to have the Quilt Guild, that is. They're going to have all sorts of ornaments, personalized note cards, Christmas bows, table runners, crafts, primitive stitch items, and a whole lot more. The Quilt Guild at the Extension Office this Friday from 10 till 2. You can get some really neat decorating and Christmas gift ideas at that time. Further announcements tonight include the following funeral services brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, with a reminder that all of our calendar announcements, as always, are brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau and your local agent, Doug Green. Funeral services will begin in the morning at 11 in honor of 67-year-old Martha Bailey Joseph of Salt Lick Road, who passed away on Friday of last week. She was married to Luther Joseph, who survives, and she's also survived by her daughters, Judy Bailey and Joyce Ferguson, and son Clinton Joseph. Visitation is this evening, and prior to tomorrow's services, once again they start at 11 from the Eternal Church of God. Burial will take place after at the Joseph Cemetery at Waldo, and the McGoffin County Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. We've also learned of the passing of 66-year-old Michael S. Lewis of Old Burning Fork Road. He passed away on today's date, and arrangements are being made by the family currently at this hour at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and will be announced soon. Today was the day set aside for 4 individuals from McGoffin County to appear in federal court, U.S. District Court in Pikeville, before a judge there to enter a plea in regards to their respective charges. Many of them facing numerous charges of vote buying. All 4 were in attendance. We just now received, as they were just filed officially a few moments ago before airtime, records from today's proceeding, in which we have the pleas that were entered, as well as pretrial conference dates, and a jury trial date which has been set for each of the defendants. The indictment officially filed on November the 19th against 4 individuals, including Magistrate from District 1 in McGoffin County, Gary Rooster Reisner, his believed to be ex-wife Tammy Jo Reisner, Mason Daniels, and Scotty Lynn McCarty was a 17-count indictment alleging conspiracy and vote buying against some or all of the individuals. To break down the indictment, it read basically as follows: that the magistrate Rooster Reisner, Tammy Jo Reisner, and Mason Daniels were charged with conspiracy by acting together and conspiring with each other and with others known and unknown at that time to violate United States federal law, and agreeing to pay and offer to pay people for voting in the November election here in Magoffin County. In addition to the conspiracy charge against those three individuals, Rooster Reisner was also indicted on 8 counts of vote buying, Tammy Jo Reisner on 6 counts, Mason Daniels on 2 counts, and Scotty McCarty on 3 counts. All were ordered to appear today in U.S. District Court, federal court in Pikeville, and did so according to court documents. And the dates and all the information appear to be the same for each individual, which includes that they appeared to answer to the charges against them before Magistrate Judge Edward B. Adkins today. It also says that each of the individuals had received their copy of the indictment and waived formal arraignment. They also waived reading of the indictment, and each of them separately entered pleas of not guilty to all the counts before them. Also, they had the same dates set on all of their behalfs. A pretrial conference has now been set for January the 28th. It will take place at 11:30 that morning in Pikeville. It will be before Judge Danny C. Reeves. A jury trial has also been set for February the 9th. It's to begin at 9:30 that morning, also before Judge Reeves. Also, all were released and not held in custody, but released pursuant to an order setting conditions of release to be entered. All defendants had prior to today, and only about 48 hours or less after being indicted or summoned, had to appear before probation and parole to make arrangements to not be incarcerated pending their trial. Thus, all met those requirements apparently and were released pursuing that order. Once again, a pretrial conference set for the 28th of January, a jury trial set for a few days thereafter on February the 9th. Now, one last order of business. That's your Licking Valley RECC forecast. And man, are you going to like this one. There's a few showers in there and a few clouds, but check this out. We'll start with tonight, obviously, where I'm at 48 and holding for the time being. Will fall, as you saw, down to around 39 degrees. Tomorrow, a little fog at the onset of your Tuesday, partly sunny thereafter. And another one that puts us, pretty close to where we should be. 53 for daytime highs. A low tomorrow night of 40. Still pretty mild in the evenings. Partly sunny skies, mostly clear skies late will continue. So a dry day on your Tuesday. Wednesday, also dry for the most part. And another day on par temperature-wise, I think 54 degrees and partly sunny on your Wednesday. I do have a 20% chance of some showers, light showers that makes its way into Wednesday afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock or so, and it's still a slight chance accompanied by a south-southwest wind. That chance of showers will continue throughout Wednesday night. Be gone by early Thursday, 57, partly sunny. We do see another 20% chance of showers late Thursday night. Another little hit of some precipitation possibly. Temperature still holding in the 50s and 40s for nighttime lows, but watch them climb steadily. 62, partly sunny on your Friday. Friday, we're talking about a 20% chance of some showers early, kind of some leftovers from Thursday night. Still a slight chance. Check it out. 62, partly sunny, a low of 51. And then I have Friday night, I have showing showers late. That's showers early. Saturday is showers late with 67 degrees and a low of 52. Partly sunny, that 20% chance of some showers. We're talking late Saturday night under mostly cloudy skies. Now, that will be the onset of some clouds and showers that will be much more predominant on Sunday. Mostly cloudy all day Sunday, and right now we've got a pretty good chance of some precipitation then. So Sunday, not so much. Still warm and 64, but cloudy and possibly wet. But Saturday, 67 and partly sunny. That's going to wrap it up. One of this week. More news that, as always, you're guaranteed to only see if you see us next time. For now, thank you for watching and being a part of the program. We'll see you back tomorrow night.